I'm here at Eagle Farm Racecourse, which has been the home of Queensland racing for 150 years. The Brisbane Racing Club, which oversees the course, has got a $1.2 billion redevelopment going on. It's all part of their master plan. We haven't had racing here at the farm since 2014. We're only months away now from a return.
It's been 5 to 6 years in the making, and the board has been resolute that they needed to diversify the interests of the club. And as you've seen around the country, most major metropolitan clubs are diversifying through their master plan. And $1.2 billion is our master plan that's about to be unlocked.
It's residential, it's retail, it's commercial, and it's also the racing hub of the state of Queensland.
Yeah, look, I'll start with the racing hub. I mean, as figures would show, having Eagle Farm out for the last year and a half and probably some 20 months, it has a fairly negative effect on the wagering in Queensland. We've had a 6% drop, or $150 million in turnover since Eagle Farm has been out. That goes to the strength of this great track and the brand. Look, the remainder of the master plan is made up. A large part of it is with Mirvac, some $970 million, consisting of 1,100 apartments, and the other is our equine facilities in field and the stables, retail precinct and high-end retail, and several other projects that we're undertaking.
From start to finish, how long will it take to complete?
Our corporate model shows that we should have the majority of it, say 80% of it, finished in the next 7 years, and certainly Mirvac's a large part of that, and they're on track to unlock that. I think as of this morning we're about 85 days from reopening, being the 11th of May, and look, we're just working very hard behind the scenes to ensure that we come back on. And of course our first Group 1 being the 4th of June, Oaks Day, is when we'll really showcase this grand old lady.
A key component of this new development is the infield area, $25 million expense. It's going to be state of the art, it's going to be a world first. Yeah,
look, I think all up about $47 million worth of tracks and ground facilities, consisting of $10 million of course for the course proper, around $12 million worth of tunnels, being the vehicle tunnel and the pedestrian tunnel, and of course $25 million, as you mentioned, Shane, on the stables. That, as we understand it, is a world first, where we're building 400 state-of-the-art stables infield and unlocking that surplus land around the rest of the course for the commercial enterprises we spoke about earlier.
When will the stables area be completed? Because you are back here racing mid-May. It doesn't look like it'll be ready by then.
Look, the plan was always to have them finished by about December this year. The great news is they're oversubscribed. So we've got more trainers wanting stables than we have stables available to us, which is a great position for the club and Racing Queensland to be in.
The course proper certainly looks to be coming together really well. It's a unique grass that you are using. It's a hybrid kikuyu.
It's a sand reinforced profile track. That is in itself a little bit of a first. Has a high polymer plastics that's patented over in America that's mixed in. So not a true Strathair track in its own sense, but look, 1.5 feet down, made up of 4 layers. Irrigation technology that can be controlled remotely is a great part of that. We also have moisture sensors. The track can drain somewhere in the vicinity of 100 to 120 mils an hour. That raises other management work practices, but it is a first of its kind, working off other tracks that have been built in a similar way. And of course, it's been built for resilience to be able to bounce back.
There's a very strong chance we may never have another heavy track here at Eagle Farm again.
Look, if I was a betting man, I'd say, look, the board has given me the KPIs. I'm not allowed to have any heavies. Unfortunately, we live in Queensland where we are susceptible to huge amounts of rain in short deluges. But look, I think we're going to have a very consistent and fair track.
With racing resuming here mid-May, and your first big meeting is on June 4, which is the Queensland Oaks meeting. A lot of pressure to get the majority of the redevelopment, I suppose, right for a big crowd. What can we expect when we turn up here on the big day?
We believe we'll have one of the best betting auditoriums in Australia. In our John Powell stand for our members. We're redoing up our membership facilities and our corporate boxes, which have been very successful over Doomben. We're also building Brisbane's large American-style sports theme bar. We have craft beer bars, wood-fired pizza, so we're bringing an element of hospitality back into the race day. Right now, for example, we trade Doomben until 9 o'clock at night and you can't move in some of our craft beer bars. So whilst there's been some murmuring around shortening the race day, in Queensland we kind of like to do things a bit opposite. We're actually extending that, and that's having significant commercial returns. So as we unlock the master plan, the board will make decisions on a case-by-case basis on where we're going to invest that money, and that's going to be an exciting journey.